So if you run a construction firm right now and you're struggling to stand out in a crowded market, you're competing to attract skilled workers in a tight labor market, and you're losing bids to competitors who tell their stories better, and maybe you've spent money on videos before and they just haven't seemed to be worth it, then this video is for you. Especially if you are currently looking for a new strategic video partner who can help you get top talent actively seeking to join your team, stand out as a leader in your market, and win more premium projects without having to compete on price. I'm going to share some things with you to help you narrow down your options. Who am I? My name is Eric Walling. I run Standard Film Projects. We partner with construction firms to help them attract their ideal projects, top talent, and grow their businesses through strategic video content. I've been on job sites since basically I could walk. This is little old me. This is my father, second generation drywaller. And then this is me now behind the camera on construction sites after having gone to film school, and we film videos like this. So, the main point of this video is what is the difference between run-of-the-mill video production companies and video strategy companies. And I'm going to give you 3 questions to ask yourself when choosing your new video partner. So the first question is, how do they measure outcomes? A run-of-the-mill video production company is often just going to talk about maybe their awards, the views that they're going to get you, general engagement, or some sort of unmeasurable brand awareness. And these are all superficial metrics. Whereas a video strategy company, they are always going to ask, how is this video that we are going to produce going to, say, increase our number of leads, increase our conversion rate, even reduce the sales cycle length? The outcomes that they're going to be measuring are going to be tangible and actionable metrics that actually drive the business forward. So that's the first question you can ask, is how do they actually measure their outcomes? Second question is, what do they actually care about? A run-of-the-mill video production company is going to care about the camera resolution, or the new gear that they got, the drone that they got, the fancy transitions or editing, or they're going to seem to have some fixation around the algorithm or hacking the algorithm, whatever. Whereas a video strategy company cares about the pre-research that goes into a video, finding your unique marketing angle, the quality of the actual video idea, direct response style scripting within the video itself, strategic distribution of where we're actually going to place that video, as well as iterations on the video in order to improve it and actually get the outcome that we are desiring. So that's the second question. What do they care about? Question 3, where do they put their focus? So a run-of-the-mill video production company is going to put very little stock in the pre-research before the video is actually filmed, and they're going to be figuring out a lot of it on production day. They're going to be doing a lot of filming and then just cobbling an idea or a story together in the edit. Whereas a video strategy company like Standard Film Projects, we are going to put a lot more emphasis on the research, a lot more of the heavy lifting is going to be on the front end before we do any of the filming. And that's to ensure we actually get the outcome we desire. So the reality is that all the cameras, all the lenses, the lighting, that's just window dressing. The strategy, the research, the talking with clients or employees, all that pre-work is the 80% that actually gets the results. It's often not the video quality that's the problem. Without proper research and strategy, you end up with a video that's more nice to have, but isn't actually crafted to drive a specific result. So those are the 3 questions to ask yourself when choosing a video partner. How do they measure outcomes? Are they talking about superficial metrics, or are they talking about tangible and actionable metrics? What do they care about? Do they care more about their gear or about driving business outcomes? And lastly, where do they focus? Are they figuring it out on the fly on the shoot day, or are they doing all the proper pre-work before the shoot? And just as a bonus, what videos do they suggest that you use? Because a run-of-the-mill basic video production company is likely only going to offer a brand story video, or maybe some testimonials, maybe just a few other things. On the other hand, a video strategy company is going to show you all of the variety of videos that are at your disposal depending on your business goals. For example, with a construction firm, you usually will have 2 pipelines that you're attempting to drive, whether that be the projects that you're attempting to acquire or the talent that you're attempting to acquire. So for example, within a project pipeline, if we need to increase the number of leads, we might be filming more organic content, or we might need to film a video sales letter. But if the leads are not the problem, and it's actually a close rate that's the problem, then we might film an 80% video or a project case study. If talent is what we're focusing on and we need to generate applications, we may need to film a recruitment video. We may need to film employee testimonials. If our goal is to shorten the ramp time to get laborers up to full capacity, then we may need to film an onboarding sequence. So you have a wide variety of videos at your disposal depending upon what your strategic goals are or what the constraint of the business is at any given time. So by continuing to work with run-of-the-mill video production companies, you're going to run the risk of competitors gaining market share through effective video strategy where you aren't, because you're filming videos that actually have no measurable ROI because they didn't have a strategic goal in the first place for this specific video. You're missing out on an early adopter advantage in your market if your competitors aren't doing this yet. You decrease your ability to attract top talent through strategic employer branding. Whereas if you work with a proper video strategy company, you're going to get videos tailored to generate qualified leads or qualified applications instead of just views. You remove the burden of figuring out all this video strategy on your own. You're going to get marketing expertise that transforms video into a revenue driver rather than just something that's nice to have. You're going to get integration with the sales and bidding processes that you already have in place. You're not going to be wasting any more of your marketing budget on ineffective video content, and you will stop losing out on projects to more digitally savvy or strategic competitors. And in contrast, you're going to have someone who's going to continue to work with you to iterate the video over time until it works the way we need it to. So what does the process of working with a video strategy company actually look like? So I've tried to make this as simple as possible by comparing it to pre-construction, construction, and post-construction phases. So with the pre-construction phase, this is what I was talking about before with the majority of the research being done ahead of time. We're going to identify whatever your current business constraint is and identify our strategic goal for the video or multiple videos to remove that specific constraint that's stopping your business from going where we want it to go. We're going to research the target audience as well as the competitive landscape in order to understand your key differentiator within the market. Once we know what your key differentiator is, as well as coming up with the unique marketing angle, we'll get into the script writing, the storyboarding, and figuring out the location or job site where we actually want to film the video. And doing all of this, getting this right, is what makes everything else go smoother in the process. Then we move on to the production phase. This is the on-site filming. This is the personnel interviews, if we need to do those. The B-roll, the editing, color grading, all the actual filming stuff that we've talked about. That's the core building phase of the video. Then we move into the post-production, where we're going to optimize the format of the video for each platform. We're going to advise you on where best to distribute it in order to get the most bang for your buck on the video. And this is where we put it out into the market and test it, and then iterate it over time to make sure that it's actually achieving the outcome that we want it to. So as a construction firm, you do have several options. You could hire a full-time head of content to work in-house with you. According to current salaries, that looks like it's going to be anywhere between 80 to 130K on average, plus your benefits, et cetera, et cetera. That's an option for you. You could also hire out with a video strategy company. Of course, the point of this video is to pitch our services. You could partner with Standard Film Projects, where you're going to get a custom video strategy tailored to your construction firm's current goals. That investment ranges anywhere between 5 to 30K depending on the business needs, the goals, the current constraint of the project, what the length of that project is, and the timeline can be anywhere between 30 and 90 days. And additionally, by partnering with a video strategy company focused on working with construction firms, you get a partner who understands construction projects and can film without slowing up work. We're flexible with the shifting timelines and delays, from supply chain delays to weather delays that inevitably occur in construction. And thirdly, we're already familiar with on-site safety protocols, so you get a video partner in the office as well as in the field. But we also understand that it's perfectly reasonable to want to date before you marry. So right now we are currently offering a pilot project of a life cycle ad. So a 1 to 2 minute life cycle ad. This is a style of video testimonial which had consistent success in 2024, will likely have success in 2025. And the difference between a life cycle ad and normal testimonial videos is that it includes 2 to 3 questions that are often overlooked in testimonial interviews, which actually leads to the higher than average conversions. The current investment for that is going to be $500. Your time commitment is about an hour. And how it works is that you're going to choose either one client or one employee, depending on which pipeline we're focused on at the moment, whichever one you would like to replicate. And you give me their name and contact info. I schedule with them, I interview and film with them, edit, color grade, sound design, all that. I give it to you, and you will receive that 1 week from the shoot day. So for example, If we can find a time to interview your client or your employee on the 1st of the month, you'll have your edited ad on the 7th. You could take the video for a test run as an ad or organic content, whatever you'd like to do. And if it gets good results for you, then we can discuss partnering on a bigger project. So what is next? Next, after you've already watched this video, is to scroll down and book a call on our calendar and show up on a computer with your business metrics ready so that we can help you to the fullest extent. And you're going to receive a free video strategy plan tailored to your construction firm, whether you decide to move forward with us or not. That's going to be a full-page document outlining our suggestions for the current problems in your business and the current strategic goals that you have. So even if you decide not to move forward with us, you're still going to receive that video strategy plan completely for free. So some of the common questions that we get: how do you handle filming at active construction sites? Hard hats, safety vests, general PPE compliance. We do a site-specific safety review in case there's anything particular for the job site that we're filming on. We make sure to film in a way that's not going to hold up any work, and we just generally try not to be dummies on a job site. 2, what is the time commitment needed from our team? This varies depending upon the project. So this is an example project. Maybe this is a brand story video. We would do the initial 90-minute strategy session. After we do the pre-research, we'll have a pre-production planning meeting just to go over the script, go over the storyboarding, everything that we need to shoot. There's going to be 2 to 3 hours on shoot day, depending on how many personnel we need to interview. There's going to be several video review sessions as we iterate the first version of the video. So in that example, for a brand story video, it's going to be 5 to 6 hours across the life cycle of the project. How do you handle scheduling and weather delays? We are very flexible when it comes to weather and supply chain delays. We understand. We have wide shooting windows depending on when the work is actually getting done, and we are not afraid of weekends either. What is your turnaround time for different types of deliverables? So for a rough cut, after the initial filming is done, that's going to be about 2 weeks. Revisions you're going to get in about a week. What kind of videos do you recommend for a construction firm? Obviously, you'll get more specific recommendations on a video call. But just as an example of that process, we're going to ask, what is the current constraint of the business? And then we're going to ask, what is the highest leverage video that we could create that's going to remove that constraint from the business? So if we don't have enough traffic and we're trying to get more projects, we might do a client lifecycle ad. We might need to do SEO optimized project highlights. What if it's a conversion issue? So if we're getting plenty of traffic, but we aren't getting any calls or we're not getting anyone to book with your sales team, then we may need to film a VSL. We may need to film more client testimonials, have those on your landing page. On the other hand, if we're getting plenty of traffic and that traffic is converting to sales calls, but the close rate is very low, we may need to film some 80% videos. Anyways, these are just some examples. If you are interested, go ahead and scroll down and book a call on the calendar, and I'll look forward to chatting with you on the call.